Hello everyone, back to tuning in today's video. We're going to have a look at the weather for the next 10 to 14 days. For today's video, day 10 will take us to the 25th of March. We'll be able to extend out beyond that, extend GFS and ECM ensembles, maybe to around a couple of weeks. So we'll have a look at the CFS V2 at the end of the video for the next 4 weeks. I shall get on that for you. Very shortly, just say that if you aren't yet subscribed to our channel, please can you give us a sub. We're at 10,755 subscribers. We're trying to get to 11,000 subscribers as quickly as we can. So, yeah, give us a sub. You'll be able to see future weather content. You can do that and tell your friends and family, everybody else to subscribe. Thank you so much, everybody, for doing that. Right, let's get on video then. We're going to start off centering temperatures. So, CT is currently standing at 5.2. That's provisional to yesterday, the 14th March, so virtually the middle of the month now. Of course, that's an anomaly of just 0.1 of a degree above average, so we're basically bang on our long-term temperature average. In fact, that's 61 to 1990, of course, that anomaly, which is an old and cold temperature anomaly. So set against a more recent, more modern anomaly, 81 to 2010, actually we're a little bit colder than average. So it's been a rather chilly start to March, and we're probably going to see, you know, this hovering around that sort of level over the next few days. But it may well start to get a boost, this, as we get through into next week. Potentially that will start to lift up, I think, next week, because I think we might be starting to see signs of spring. These are the GFS upper air temperature and precipitation ensembles. Let's go to weeks on at Milton Keynes today. The red line's a 30-year upper air temperature average for Milton Keynes, and we're starting off close to a little bit below average at the moment. The temperature, upper air temperature, is going to tick up a little bit over the next few days. So as it gets to the end of the week into weekend, it is going to become colder again. That's more particularly for southern and eastern parts of the country, less so for northern and western areas. Interestingly, it'll be one of those situations at the end of the week where the south will be colder than the north, actually. But we are going to see things becoming a bit colder over weekend or into the weekend. But towards the end of the weekend and next week, the upper air temperatures are lifting up. And I think as we go into the final week of March, this period just here, we are seeing like a definitive shift into milder than average conditions. So I think we're going to see spring getting going properly next week. I think we're going to have a taste of spring next week, and temperatures should lift up into the low to mid-teens Celsius. Precipitation-wise, going to be quite a lot of dry weather as well. There are precipitation spikes here. They're not completely universally dry, but you know, that is quite a dry sort of ensemble for the next couple of weeks. So not going to be all that much precipitation. High pressure is going to be ruling roost through much of the period, and it will get warmer or certainly milder next week. Temperature anomalies from the 15th, 23rd of March are going to be a little bit cooler than average for southeastern parts of the country, milder than average through central and northern parts of the country, and for Ireland as well. And I think we will see those temperature anomalies becoming milder over the coming days, if anything. Most of Europe looks really cold, though, so we are just on the periphery of some very cold weather, actually, again, in the latter part of the week and into the weekend in particular. So most parts of Europe looking at significantly cold on average. We're just on the very edge of that. Precipitation anomalies from the 15th to 23rd of March could be drier than average, significantly so, especially for more western areas. Here's the latest wind flow map from earthnullschool.net, showing that high pressure is ridging up from the southwest, so it should be turning drier over the coming days, and indeed it will be. So how the UK Met is looking for Thursday. High pressure dominating the weather, sitting just to the west of the country, bringing around sort of a northerly, slack northerly, northeasterly around the top of the area of high pressure. High pressure continues to dominate weather as we go through into Friday, again centred to our west, slack winds coming around the eastern side of the region. High pressure builds back in through the country as we go through into the weekend. So we get a little bit of colder air around Friday into the far southeastern corner, but quite restricted with that. And by the time we get through to the end of the weekend, actually, we're drawing up something quite a lot milder from off the Atlantic, actually. This is how the GFS 6A is looking. Again, high pressures out to our west. We're drawing around a slack northerly, northeasterly on Thursday. Friday, we're bringing a little bit more of an easterly into the southeastern corner. Not for long, though. Again, the ridge builds back through the country over weekend, cuts off any suggestion of an easy wind, so temperatures should lift up through the weekend. Maybe some cold nights, but by day, temperatures should lift up. Then into next week, the high pressure sort of repositions to our southwest, so this brings in properly milder air from off the Atlantic Ocean. And we just keep a lot of high pressure going right way up to day 10. plenty of fine weather continuing. And as high pressure starts to become centred a little bit to our east, we should start to see the temperature lifting up as well. Into the extended range, so the high pressure fest continues. Lots of fine weather running up to the end of March. As far as we get to the GFS 6 day today is to the 31st of March, last day of the month, where we are still being dominated by high pressure. Albeit high pressure is over Scandinavia now, so perhaps bringing in something slightly cooler from the east. But a lot of dry weather there with the GFS. Let's have a GEM. Is looking again. High pressure's out to our west on Thursday around the ridge. We're drawing in like a slack northerly, northeasterly. That continues into Friday as well, but not bringing in all that much in the way of cold air from off the continent now. And over weekend, as high pressure slips in through the country, cuts off any suggestion of like easterly winds, and so temperatures will start to lift up as we go through the weekend, becoming quite spring-like, I think. Into next week, some rain at times in the far north and west, but most places are dominated by high pressure, bringing plenty of dry and fine conditions up to day 10. Maybe just a suggestion it's beginning to get a little bit more unsettled as pressure starting to weaken a little bit then. But still generally quite mild, I think, with the air coming up from the southwest. ECM looks like this. Now, we know that ECM over past few days has tended to be cold, coldest model for like Friday and into weekend, bringing my 10 cells ice from. Let's see what it's doing today. Thursday, high pressure out to our west, bringing around a slack sort of northwesterly type flow on Thursday. Winds going into the northeast on Friday. That's trying to drag in colder air from the east. But again, not for long. By Saturday, the ridge is toppling in through the country. And so we don't get my 10 cells isotherm anywhere near to the UK now on Friday and Saturday. That's kept at bay over Germany. We do just about get -5 cells isotherm into far southeast corner, but this is nowhere near as cold as earlier ECM runs. So it looks like ECM was off on a tangent with that idea of bringing in the -10 Celsius isotherm. However, we go back to GFS ensembles, we see that there are still a few ensemble members that are bringing in this appreciable level of cold upper air temperature. So it's still a possibility, but I don't think it's going to get overly cold at the end of the week. Goes into the weekend and the high pressure builds through the country anyway, so any suggestion of east winds is cut off. High pressure will bring lots of dry and fine conditions over the weekend. Into next week, temperatures will start to lift up. Moving up towards day 10, we begin to see that high pressure just begin to draw away from us to our south and east. Lower pressure developing out to the northwest. Winds are in from west-southwest direction though, so it should be pretty mild, but maybe turning a little bit more showery by day 10. Precipitation type forecast based on that ECM run from Meteo.com shows we have got some rain coming down from the northwest in the next 24 hours or so. That will get out of the way quite quickly. Remembering to a lot of dry weather really for the rest of the week. Some showers coming into the east. Rain showers now rather than wintry showers or snow showers because the upper air temperatures are nowhere near as cold as the ECM has been forecasting them to be. And then we just want a lot of dry weather as we go through into next week. Plenty of fine conditions, temperatures lifting up into the low to mid-teens Celsius. Probably will be a little bit of patchy rain coming to the northwest by day 10. These are the options on the table within the ECM ensembles today for day 10, which gets us to the 25th of March. 18 members of the ECM ensembles have high pressure to our east. Low pressure will be out to the west. Winds will be coming in from like a southeasterly type direction, so it should be mainly dry and probably quite mild with that. That does include the operational run. Then we've also got 15 members of the ECM ensembles here, but a more unsettled low pressure just to our west. We're bringing quite a strong west-southwesterly, so spells of rain coming in off the Atlantic, and quite mild though with that. Winds are in from west-southwesterly direction. 11 we'll have high pressure right over top of the country, mainly dry and fine, and 7 just here will have low pressure to our north and northwest. Income the west of it is quite unsettled with that option. Most of the options seem to involve high pressure being quite close to us, but there is a minority option that it could turn unsettled by day 10. In 2 weeks' time, these are the options that we've got. Gets us to the 30th of March, more or less to the end of month. 22 members of the ECM ensembles with some low pressure just to our north, high pressure to our east-southeast. Going to be a fair amount of fine weather, especially for England and Wales, and potentially quite warm as well, or certainly very mild with winds coming up from a southwest direction. At 16, we'll have high pressure over and just to the east of the country, bringing in like a east-southeasterly, going to be mainly dry and quite spring-like with that. And then 13 with low pressure dominating weather. So obviously that's the most unsettled option. So this is the most unsettled option in 2 weeks' time. This is the most settled option in 2 weeks' time. And this one is somewhere in the middle. And that's probably going to be the most likely outcome. But I think we're looking at a definitive shift into spring now through next week. Finally, 7th V2, these are 500 millibar heights breaking down to week periods. The first week period takes from the 15th to 21st of March. Coming week will have high pressure dominating to our north-northwest, and around that ridge will come like an easterly type flow. So there should be plenty of fine weather coming through with that one. A little bit on the cold side, especially so for the southeast. The fine weather goes on into week 2, 22nd, 28th of March. The difference at high pressure is like through the country then. So that should be not only mainly dry and fine, should be milder as well and quite spring-like. Week 3 is going to take us from the 29th of March to the 4th of April. High pressure over and just to south of the country, some low pressure to the northwest. Winds are much more westerly with that, so it should be a relatively mild wind direction. And although it might be a bit unsettled in the north, in the south it should be mainly dry, and again I think plenty of spring weather to enjoy. And then week 4 will be the 5th through to the 11th of April as we take the high pressure away to our west. Low pressure will form around Greenland and Iceland. Winds will start to go northwest southeast, so maybe it's time to go a little bit more unsettled and cooler there as we're moving into the second week of April, possibly a little bit more unsettled and cooler by that point. But I think, as I say, a definitive shift in spring is on the way. Right, if you enjoyed the video, then please don't smash your like button. Make sure you subscribe to our channel. You see future weather content. Tell your friends and family to subscribe as well. Thank you so much, everybody, doing that. And drop a comment and let us know what you think about this and all of our videos. And we're done. So that's all for now. I'll be back tomorrow with the ECMWF 30-day look ahead. And there'll be a 10 to 14 day for you tomorrow as well. For this one, though, that's all for now. And thanks for watching.